afternoon, everyone. This is Tony from her Homestead Skills, and I finally have a few items together to do another thrift store video. I've been a number of times and couldn't find anything at all, so yes, I feel for you when you have gone and you don't find anything you like. I'm finding these days that there's more and more people that go to the thrift stores, and as a matter of fact, there's one particular one, the one where I found that McClary spot, that I thought I'd keep going there, and I don't find much else. But that place has lineups before the door opens, so it's always busy, and I think anything that's good gets snapped up pretty much right away. So I guess somebody didn't understand that what I got was something worth buying. Anyway, so I did make another trip to the flea market, and the flea market did have a lovely cast iron fry pan. One vendor did, but it was very badly damaged at the back, so I decided to pass on it. And he wanted way too much money for something that was that badly damaged. Like, there was literally a chunk missing from it. So even though the inside was smooth and beautiful, the outside was in pretty bad shape. But then I did find another gentleman who had this little item, and it is heavy. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, except possibly use it as a paperweight. It is what they call a SAD, S-A-D iron. And this one has no handle. I only paid $5 for this though. And there was another vendor who had two of these in much better shape with the handle. Well, maybe not better shape. They were probably pretty much the same shape as this one, except that they had the handles. And he wanted $25 a piece. And yeah, I understand these people have to make a living, but I was not interested in paying that price for something that, to me, this item is a paperweight. It's not something I really have a use for. If I can figure out what else to use it for other than a paperweight, great. But so far, that's all I can think about. Okay, and the one thing that I did find in all my thrift shop purchases, or thrift shop going to them, was a set of 4 pint-sized jars for $1.99, which makes them 50 cents a piece. But it's not as though I needed these, but what made this interesting is that one of them, and I'm going to cut this loose because it's all tied together with tape right now, but just to show you, one of them is the old crown jar. So I got to pull all this tape off. So that'll make up for the one that I cracked that was a quart size. So I do have an extra lid and ring that I can put on this. So even though this one didn't have a lid and ring, it only cost me 50 cents. So that was a great buy. Then Mark purchased for me, I guess, all my interest in cast iron lately. He went out, well, it was a special occasion, but he ended up buying me a couple of, 3 as a matter of fact, the Lodge Book of Dutch Oven Cooking, the Lodge Cast Iron Cookbook. Yeah, he goes overboard. And the Best of Lodge are 140 plus most loved recipes. So yeah, I think he spotted these when we were at a shop, and he thought he'd get them for me. So yes, I seem to have developed a interest in cast iron, and especially the antique items, because they have an interesting history. So that is why I'm starting to look at that. And I suppose that canning with antique jars what started to pique my interest in antique items that have stood the test of time. These jars with the glass lids, cast iron cookware they're both pretty much from the same era, and they both pretty much can do the work, although these things have been cast off in lieu of more modern equipment. Cast iron has continued on. I don't know if it's really improved all that much. People they like the old ones. The old ones are prized for their smooth surfaces and non-stick cooking. So don't know if they've improved, but it seems as though they're also making a comeback in some quarters. Now, yes, I'm finding that thrift shops are good finds are scarce. I have not seen an interesting piece of china since I don't know when. It's probably at least a month, maybe longer. Neither nice china mugs or china dishes. I'm not finding anything. Mostly it's just cast-offs from leftovers from sets that people dispose of and buy themselves new sets, and very little of it is something that I'd be interested in. So disappointing, there's no china, but that's fine. It's not as though I need china, it's just it's something that I would purchase if I found something nice, but I haven't. Okay, and I have one last item that I actually picked up today, and is the sweetest little cast iron pan, and it is a vintage piece. It's got a heat ring, which is something that it's an unbroken heat ring. It's unmarked except for what seems to be a patent number, but I don't know if it is or not. But it's patent 10015, and then there is an N/4. And what is unusual on this piece is that it's got the N/4. Let's see if I can see this. Yes, the N/4 there, fairly heavily engraved in it or stamped in it. And then it's got a lighter stamped N3, which is almost imperceptible. You can almost not see it, but I did. So it looks like it was perhaps stamped incorrectly and as an N3, and then it was restamped as an N4, which is fine. And my research tells me that this is a Japanese knockoff, which is fine. It is a very sweet, smooth piece, and might look really nice when it's cleaned, re-seasoned. Probably very nice to do a couple of eggs in. Anyway, that is it. I have seemed to have gone from fine china collection to hard as nails cast iron, but it's all good. This is a nice light piece. It feels nice in your hand. And I understand that the Japanese were making knockoffs of good products back in the day. Anyway, I'm still pleased to have purchased this. Oh, and I paid about $5.50 for this piece, so well worth the price. Okay, this is Tony from Her Homestead Skills. This is the last segment of thrift store purchases. I don't know if I'll have another one before Christmas. The thrift stores seem to be very busy these days, so we'll see what happens. And I've got a lot of baking to do. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.